Thank you for joining us for WPRP. I'm Jocelyn Ash.
And I'm Demar Forsyth. It's the Instagram account everyone is talking about, and some of you may have even found yourself on it.
WPRP reporter Toby Poe spoke to the account's owner, who wished to keep their identity a secret.
As many of you have seen, a student here at PRP has made a sleep page that has been catching people slacking and catching Z's.
My friend and I were talking about it one day, and I was like, oh, that would be fun, because like nothing interesting has happened at our school so far.
The account became popular here at PRP very quickly.
Because when I started, it got 15 because I followed people, but only my friends, and I was like, that might be a little too obvious. And I followed myself, so I was like, okay, this should be good.
The account owner has told us that they do not take all of the pictures you see. Most are actually sent into them, and they post later. They also told us that not everyone is happy to see themselves on the sleeper account.
No, they get sent in by people, and you can at your friends if you want, but if you want something taken down, I'll take it down. I've been told, take it down or I'll shoot your mom, and I was like, are you serious? And I was like, okay, but I don't reply, so I'm just like, okay, I'll take it down.
There have been many other accounts made after this account was made, but did they have anything to do with the sleeper account?
No, there's this one PRP sleeps, and they were like, oh, we're one, and I was like, no, it's just me.
Well, the account owner said that they don't have any plans of taking it down anytime soon.
Call it a minor setback.
WPRP reporter Ash Polston details the recent vandalism that hit PRP's art department.
An unfortunate event happened at the art building Saturday, November 7th, 2021. 4 people had broken into the 2-classroom building and taken things that were being used in class, but also in the National Art Honor Society, or Art Club. The culprits had also vandalized some of the art pieces students had worked on, along with drawing phallic images on the chalkboard. We talked to the art teachers and some students to see how they felt about the whole experience.
What was going through your mind when you first came in to see the conditions of your classroom?
When I first walked in, I was just shocked. This is the first time anything like this has ever happened to me at PRP, and just the idea of somebody being in my room. And then when I first walked in and I saw that there was graffiti written on my board and some messages that aren't so nice, written on the board, I just felt a sense of being violated, really, and when I first came in, Mr. Blevins met me because he got here before I did, and he discovered that they came in through one of the back doors in his room, and there was a trail of candy from Halloween that they took. That was one of the big things. That was one of the items that they took, and that in itself was almost funny at first. But then when we started realizing that they had been through other cabinets and drawers and had taken some things that belonged to my students, then I became, much more upset, because, teachers have to work very, very hard to secure things like iPads and things for devices for students to use in class. And the iPads that were taken, there were a few iPads that were taken. They were very old, but they still worked well for what we use them for in class. Those were things that I had to write a grant for, and it took me over a year to get this grant approved, to get these devices for my students to use. Art teachers, we don't get a lot of money for supplies. We get very little, and we don't get any money for things like that. So those things were very precious because we can't replace them easily, and a lot of students don't have access to purchase iPads and things like that to use for Procreate to create their artwork.
And then how have you adapted your teaching to not having these supplies?
Well, for right now, we just don't have them. And it's really a shame because they're old enough that I think for most people, they're not going to have any value. I mean, they're from 2012. They're obsolete. They're not going to have value for most people that would be looking to sell them to make money. But for my students, they still run Procreate. And so, they're very valuable. We're just having, right now, they just have to use their phones, things like that, which is very hard working on a small surface like that. And, I've turned in, that they were stolen, but I doubt seriously I ever get them replaced, unless I'm able to get a grant or something again. And that's a lot of work, for me to have to go through. And I don't know if, that money will come around again with the pandemic and everything else, with things going up and costing more money.
What was going through your mind when you first came in to see the conditions of the classroom?
Well, I had walked in the morning because I was bringing an artwork in. So it's like right as they were figuring out like what had happened. I walked in through Mr. Blevins' door, and there were like wrappers all over the floor. And I was gonna walk into the art room to put my painting away, but I wasn't able to because there were a bunch of things everywhere strewn about. It was kind of hectic when I first got into the building. Yeah, it wasn't until probably 2 periods later I found out that it was a break-in.
Have you been on the edge more since the incident happened?
It's definitely made me want to be more careful about my art. Have I been more careful about my art? Probably not, but it's made me take it into consideration a bit more. Because it's kind of freaky thinking about like you could go home over the weekend and then come back and then like your stuff could be like trashed.
What was going through your mind when you first came in to see the conditions of your classroom?
Well, it started off as just any ordinary day. I came in the door. When I was coming up to the door, I noticed that it wasn't closed all the way, and I was trying to remember if maybe I didn't close it all the way or what. And then I got a few feet into the room, started seeing candy all over my floor, noticed that all my cabinets were open, and then I started thinking that something's not right here. Walked over to Miss Webb's room and saw that the same situation was in that room. That's when I went and talked to Miss Webb, the AP.
Has the incident caused any distrust with your students?
Not with any one individual, but I would say that it definitely has a psychological impact that, I am just that much more conscious of the possibility that tools that I bring, my personal tools that I bring to school to share with my students aren't necessarily safe. That anytime that something gets misplaced or is not where it's supposed to be, my first thought is, was there another break-in? Was there a student stealing something? And that is something that bothers me greatly, because before this incident, I felt like I had a much higher level of trust on my daily basis.
Has the incident caused you to adapt your teaching style in any way?
I don't think it's changed my teaching style in any way. There was only one of the art department's iPads was taken from my room, so none of the ceramic tools were taken. So I haven't really had to adapt around anything like that. So I would say, by and large, no. Teaching style has been the same.
What was going through your mind when you first came in to see the conditions of the classroom?
To be honest, I didn't know what's happening until I saw all the candy spread out in Blevins' room. Then when I went into the art room with Miss Webb, I saw it was just completely trashed through some of it, the cabinets and such. Luckily, there was nothing damaged. That was great, at least.
Have you been on edge more since the incident happened?
I mean, not really. It hasn't happened for a while. There was no other vandalism since that. But I've been more aware about people in the classroom, seeing if they actually did something or knew about it, really.
Despite the struggle that the break-in or vandalism has caused, the students of the NAHS have still persevered to get their holiday project done for the teachers. Students on both sides of the building have been working hard to get projects completed for class, contests, and even colleges.
Hello PRP, welcome to the Panther Pit. First, let us give us a little history about the Panther Pit. The Panther Pit was started in 2017 as a capstone class for the Business Academy. The first class of students voted on the name and the design of the store. If you're in the Business Academy and you strive to be the best, you could too be a Panther Pit employee. This is our new crew neck sweatshirt that can be purchased for the low price of $15.50. And the new black zip-up hoodies are $30.50. And the new black paw print sweatpants are $28.50. We now carry scrunchies that are $5.50. Coming soon are face masks and lanyards. Come by and see us at every school day except Tuesdays during all 3 lunches, and follow us on social media at Ridge Panther Pit on Instagram, at PRP Campus Store on Twitter for updates and new merchandise.
Time is ticking, seniors. Your backpack presentations are just 2 months away.
WPRP reporter Aaliyah Ward has the latest.
They're fine, I guess. They're not really that hard. They're just, I don't know. I'm not a big fan of them, but I understand them. So I'll just do it anyway, and I have to. Yeah, I've started making it. I'm almost done with it. I just got to edit a few more slides, and then it's good.
How did last year's seniors handle backpack? Did they do better than expected, or did COVID cause problems?
Well, I was very proud of our seniors last year. They did better. They exceeded our expectations on completing their presentations because primarily they had to do it from home, and they had assistance, but we didn't have the face-to-face, hand-on time assistance that they normally would have had. So they had to do a lot of it on their own, or a lot of Google Meets, or anything that they need to help them to be ready to present. We had everybody pretty much to present, and they did a really good job of handling it all virtually. So, and that was a tough challenge. Virtually was very tough, so we had to change some things to make sure that we could do it virtually.
When will backpacks be due, and when will students have to present them?
Well, seniors are currently working on their backpack presentations now in their senior English classes, and they are a lot of the senior English teachers have been having students to work on different aspects of them. They've been chunking it into pieces, so they need to have their presentations complete by like the 1st or 2nd week in January for sure, and presentations will start all of February. So the whole month of February, kids will be presenting their backpack presentations.
Any advice for students doing backpacks?
If you need help, please see me or anybody on the backpack committee, or let your teacher know. I just don't want to see a kid sit and struggle or don't do anything because they don't know where to start or what to do. Please reach out for help if you need it.
Do you feel that the backpacks help us?
I do, because the district created that digital backpack, so kids when they graduate high school will have a platform of one place where you house all of your projects or anything, the skills that will help you in life. The backpack skills are all things that are going to help you in life in general. And this is just a way of capturing those skills.
Welcome to PRP. It was all hands on deck, as PRP was the backdrop for Governor Andy Beshear's announcement aimed at getting JCPS graduates to work.
Governor Beshear, along with other state and local leaders, announced Everybody Counts last late month. The Everybody Counts program is designed to help make the transition from high school graduation to the workforce smooth.
Everybody Counts is going to create these connections, making sure this next chapter in our students' lives is set before they walk across the graduation stage. And this program will be operationalized by leaders in this room.
Right now, 4 major companies have signed on to participate: Kroger, GE Appliances, UPS, and Ford Motor Company.
Hey, I'm Zach Belkey and welcome back to WPRP Weather. Starting off our Friday, we'll have a high of 51 and a low of 48. Moving into the weekend, cold and wet. Saturday with a high of 53 and a low of 28. And Sunday slightly colder with a high of 43 and a low of 33. Kicking off from the weekend, cold as well, with Monday through Thursday being in the 40s, with the highs being 49 on Wednesday and Thursday. For WPRP Weather, I'm Zach Belkey.
PRP's Black Student Union is doing its part in helping those in need this holiday season. BSU collected more than 200 items to donate to the school's Youth Service Center. The Crown and Comfort Drive collected hygiene products to help provide comfort for individuals in need right here at PRP.
PRP's orchestra performed its Christmas concert last night. The performance took place inside the school's auditorium. The orchestra performed a medley of Christmas carols, including Do You Hear What I Hear and Oh Holy Night. This was the orchestra's second concert this year.
PRP's choir also held its Christmas concert this week. The choir performed at 7 o'clock Tuesday night inside the school's auditorium. The choir performed an array of Christmas music, including Carol of the Bells.
It's that time of year already. WPRP reporter Emily Nolasco spoke to students across campus about how they will be celebrating the holidays this year.
My plans for Christmas is I'm planning on like spoiling myself and having fun with my family, mostly my friends, and I just want to go out of town maybe, so yeah.
For Christmas break, I'm gonna go see my cousins in Florida, and we're gonna, do a little family thing, go to the mall, open presents, of course.
I plan on donating to Hip Hop Cares with my church. I also plan on having family dinner on Christmas Eve. And on Christmas Day, I'm going to be going to my great-grandparents' house and we're going to sing carols.
I am hanging out with my friends and making cookies.
Go out to all my family members' house. And I might try to go to Florida. You know what I'm saying? I can see all the people, all my fans, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. When I get there, you already know what I'm hitting. Dude, what?
2021, a year many were so looking forward to. After the year of COVID, quarantine, and NTI, WPRP reporter Elijah Smith asked PRP students to reflect on 2021 as we all look ahead to 2022.
2021 is coming to a close. We all have something interesting that's happened to us so far. Many of us know our school never sleeps. Everywhere we turn, there's something new happening. We at WPRP decided to go out and ask fellow students 2 questions. What was your favorite part of this eventful year, and how they feel about the year overall? And if they could go back to change anything, what would they change?
Hi, I'm Anna Estabrook, and I am a junior.
Chase Hauser, 12th grade.
My name is Nayana Coleman, and I'm in 11th grade.
Hello, my name is Xavier Bailey, and I go to PRP High School, and I'm in 9th grade.
Hey, it's Will Moore, Pleasant Ridge Park High School, 9th grade.
Favorite part of the year thus far was probably just my social media goals and everything, especially on Twitch and YouTube, because I've hit 2,500 on YouTube and 200 on Twitch.
Probably just the football games.
When we went outside and we hit this little game for our project.
My favorite part of the year would be now, because since I'm in 9th grade, I'm more transition, I'm more used to high school.
Favorite part of the year is I like to get back, make some more new friends. Because of the COVID issue we had last year, we couldn't go into school last year through the NTI and all that.
The year overall, pretty dreary considering the fact COVID still exists. Kind of disappointed I didn't get to do a lot of things that we actually had planned in our family because COVID.
The year overall, I say it was probably chaotic, just not knowing if you're ready to go to school, when you're gonna get the mask off and stuff.
I don't like this school year because everybody's worried.
The way I feel about the year overall is that it could have been going more smoothly. The reason because of that is because I had to transition.
The year, it feels a little more different, the vibe's different because everything feels the same since the last time I was in school. What would I change? I would change the mask rule for sure, where everybody would just be able to take off their mask.
Probably a couple of the classes I have chosen, especially for my electives, because I got put into Spanish and then I had to get into sociology because I waited too long.
Some of the rules and math, because math, I don't know nobody here. And then the rules just kind of suck because they just don't go right with the school year because everybody just now come back to school, so it's different.
I would change the way the beginning of the year started because it started out very rough.
There's nothing really I would change. I mean, school is normal for me so far. You know, I keep doing. I got 3 years ahead of me, so I can, you know, keep going with the flow and all that. That's it.
Thank you for joining us for WPRP.
Have a safe and happy holidays.